you. I'm honored to be asked to speak on the occasion of the I Have a Dream speech.
Move this up.
I see a few of us in the crowd who are such vintage that we remember that day 57 August ago and the inspiration we took from it. To me, it was not that long ago. In my lifetime, it was only yesterday. In my lifetime, it was only yesterday that in 1954, the Supreme Court finally outlawed legislated segregation in schools. It was only yesterday that in 1957, Ernest Green, who I had the great pleasure of meeting, and 8 of his teenage friends decided to integrate Little Rock High School in Arkansas. They did so with the help of the United States Army. To me, it was only yesterday that in 1963, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and Carol McNair, young children attending Bible school at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, were killed by a bomb set by the Ku Klux Klan. It was only yesterday in 1964, the year I graduated from high school, that Andrew Goodman, Michael Schwerter, and James Chaney were murdered while registering voters in Mississippi. It was only yesterday in 1967 when Richard and Mildred Loving were arrested and sentenced to a year in prison. Their crime? They got married. Mildred was a woman of color, Richard a white man, and for them to be married was illegal in their home state of Virginia. And yet, as Dr. King said at the time, the Bank of Justice is not bankrupt. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness or hatred. The struggle must be conducted on a high plane of dignity and discipline. In those harsh times, in the darkest times, Dr. King only looked forward with optimism. He said, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. He kept his eye on the prize. In 1965, Reverend King asked, how long will it take? How long will prejudice blind the visions of men, darken their understanding, and drive bright-eyed wisdom from her sacred throne? How long before wounded justice be lifted from the dust of shame to reign supreme among the children of men? How do we answer Dr. King's question across the generations? We answer as he answered then. However difficult the moment, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long. Not long, because truth crushed to earth will rise again. How long? Not long, because no lie lives forever. 55 years later, we live in a time of hope. We live in a time when, in the words of the poet, when the longed-for tidal wave of justice can rise up and hope and history rhyme. And so we are confident today to say, as we answer Dr. King's question, quoting as he did from the book of Amos, how long? Not long. It will not be long before justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.